Hey everybody, sorry for the late upload on this episode. Things have been a little bit crazy around Casa de Postmortem. That even makes sense. Anyways, we're picking this episode off right after Preston and Sullivan have left the Blackwater house and all the insanity that ensued there. They've gone through hell so far, and the night is still rather young, so they've decided to set out after some other kindred in the city and see what's going on. Let's see how that goes for them. But you guys pull up to the driveway.
I'll put it in park and get out and go inside. I need to change too. I was also shot.
You pass the threshold of your house and you double over and start throwing up immediately. Preston, you walk in after him, close the door. Like literally, it's like an immediate. Once both feet of Sullivan's get into the door, he throws himself to the ground and starts heaving up this blackness. Effectively, you spit up all the blood you drank from Ashram and you snap out of it. The influence is no longer there. You hear the scream of like anger in the back of your head. At that point, though, that anger is directed. You can hear it's just like a laser beam focus. It's on Quincy. Like whatever happened just now, she knows who Quincy is. As you cross over this threshold.
Okay.
You take probably about a good 2 minutes just throwing up just blood.
When I'm done, I'll just kind of back up and sit against the door.
You all right there, buddy?
Yeah, I didn't know drinking from a ghoul could fuck me up like that.
So
I had visions.
Yeah. So
I just felt connected with Narissa. She was able to talk to me through that blood.
What'd she say?
She said she needed help and I would know what to do at the time. I saw visions of embrace. Yeah, I saw where she was embraced. She was embraced like back at Fort Dearborn, like the issue of the East or the West coming to populate the Americas. And yeah, then it was like I had spent a year drinking from her.
A year?
Well, it felt like I was just fully connected with her.
Oh man, yeah. Hey, sit there, keep talking. I'm gonna grab us, change clothes, and we gotta clean this blood up. As he's talking, I'm gonna go in the living room, back behind my thing, and I'm gonna change.
Get a steak.
I'm gonna tuck a steak in my back in my pants and put my shirt on. And I'll bring him a shirt too.
Yeah, I'll change and I'll start cleaning up my vomit.
Yeah. Okay. So what else happened? She say anything else?
Just there was a problem. The well had been compromised. I assume it was her well, the one down further in Chicago that we basically gave everyone the idea where it was at.
So
and then I vomited it all out. Like I don't feel that anymore.
You can't hear her anymore. You're not getting visions anymore.
No.
What we talked about in the car.
No, the second I crossed the threshold and vomited it all up, all I heard was screaming, and there was anger at Quincy. I could feel it. It was palpable. She was pissed. I assume he put some shit up that we were unaware of, and if one of us was compromised with her blood, we would eject it. I need to learn that.
I'll let you roll your occult
something
wits.
Similar. Yeah.
One.
Oh, only one?
You don't
none.
You don't know of any sort of ritual that could potentially do that at all.
No.
That's just fucked. There are other things related that you can possibly with time kind of pierce out what he probably did and what could have affected things in such a way. If you know all the pieces to what was happening, or
sure.
Alternatively, just ask him, like, dude, what the fuck was that you put around the house?
No, I'm definitely going to. It would definitely intrigue me because my blood sorcery and the fact that I, am kind of focused there, it intrigues me. Like, makes me want to, gives me ideas to rituals further down the line. Right. But yeah, oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'll finish cleaning up. I'll get redressed. Yeah, I'll come back out. So what's next?
Oh, you tell me. Are you sure you're okay? I mean, you were telling me that we were wrong this whole time, and you went on this huge thing.
I remember exactly what I told you.
Reliance on technology means that they need to wake up now, pretty much is what I remember you said.
Yeah, I mean, Clearly not how I feel.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'll put my hands up.
Why don't you turn around and face the wall for a second?
You need to take a
look,
nap
over
there,
there.
buddy.
You need to go to sleep. We need to figure this out.
All right.
No, you know what my plan was? Actually, if this really went that way, I'll just tell you because now it's probably not going to happen. So what I was really going to do is I was going to act like, yeah, man, this is really cool. And then I was going to call Jason and tell him and ask him if he wanted to play a prank on Sullivan. But Sullivan would have to get staked to do it. And we were going to stake Sullivan, and then we were going to take him downstairs and pretend like we were doing some, like, I was going to tell Jason, like, we're going to pretend like he's, like, we're going to lock him up and stake him, and we're going to pretend like we're dropping him in, like, Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom style. And I was totally going to sacrifice Sullivan in the well and have Jason help me and have Jason be a new Coterie member. That just all worked out in my head. That's what I was going to do, Jeff.
I would have been okay with that if I can play. That's fucking
Wow.
funny, dude.
So anyway, so we don't have to do that now because you're okay.
That would be insane. Quite literally.
That is funny. Just continue to entrance you until I can convince you that, hey, now it's time.
Yeah.
That is so funny. Sean, that's dirty. I approve. It's like, we're not combat builds, so let's get somebody to do our dirty work for us.
And Jason likes to stake people, and he also likes practical jokes. So
He absolutely. And I applaud your creativity, sir.
Definitely does.
Because I was contemplating keeping the shotgun in the car, and had you said no, just blowing your head off. But that was just me.
yeah, it's like that, huh? Yeah.
It was kind of like
got
that. A blood onto her.
Real cutthroat, real fast. Damn.
We know each other's secret. It has to end quickly.
Okay.
If we ever don't agree. Yeah.
So, just off the wall here. So that was Helena going, hey, here's an address, murder these fuckers.
Yes. That's exactly that's why when he knocked on the door was like, hey, I'm Preston. I was like, oh.
Right. I didn't think you drink from them.
So here's how stupid I am. That literally didn't cross my mind until I got shot. And then I was like, this is not what this was.
No. Helena's been leaving you guys little breadcrumbs all over the place to have you take care of this issue.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, if we take out the mortal support, here's the address. And you're like, hey guys, what's up?
Yeah.
Is this where the powwow is going down?
Who brought cake? Like, let's sit down and have cake and tea. Yeah, this is all my fault, by the
way. Hey, no, it is Nate's fault for not being steer us down the right path.
That's right. He would have known. He would have stopped me from knocking on the door.
You're like, what are you talking about? We're just gonna sneak in and kill these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, the end justifies the means. They're dead. We're fine.
So
that's true.
You guys get a change in. Seems like Sullivan's for the moment okay. You still got the stake on you, Preston. What do you all want to do?
Well, what do you think the chances are, Sullivan, that we go back to the car and there's another address on it?
Slim to none. Sir. Slim to none.
But
there are other people. There are other people to check on.
I also thought that was just gonna be like, all right, cool. We'll keep note of that for later. Not that we're gonna go right now.
Well, I mean, we may as well go and do what we were initially going to go and do, which is check on that. Well, no, we already know, right? Because she told you it was.
She could have been lying.
She could have been lying.
I couldn't read her mind. I just said she was in mine.
Well, I'd like to know where your little friend is, honestly.
Oh, it's in 2 weeks. He's gone. Which we can. I don't have a problem doing that.
I just want to make sure that he's not still out and about rampaging through the city.
He had 3 days before his deal was broken, and he returned to whatever hell he came from.
All right. Well, then let's go check it out.
Okay.
All right. You guys go to drive downtown towards the Hyatt. So again, you guys will note there's far more police presence on the streets here and there as you're driving through neighborhoods. You make it towards the Hyatt. You manage to find a good parking spot a couple blocks away, like Sullivan wanted to do, and you kind of hoof it the rest of the way. As you're walking and get like a block away from the Hyatt, you start noticing there's a lot of black vans all over the place. And it only stands out because they're like black and then tinted windows to shit. Some have government plates, most don't. But that's definitely something you're starting to see as you get closer to the Hyatt.
Well, obey all traffic laws and looking conspicuous.
Well, this is
until
after you
get
guys
into
have
the parking
parked.
garage.
This is after you guys have parked and
Yeah,
started
this
making your way
is
towards
bad.
it.
This is
Yep.
bad. Hey, how does healing work?
So you make a rouse check, and then for every time you rouse to heal, you will heal 2 superficial wounds because of your blood potency.
Okay, so I have a feeling we're not going to be sticking around here long anyway. If there's black government vans around, because this is fucking
No.
First Light, and I don't want to be around. So I'm going to go ahead and make that, knowing that if I fail, my hunger is going to be at 4. So we have to go feed a lot,
Okay?
and we need to go feed. I'm at 4.
But you'll heal the 2 superficial that you took from the shot, and you will feel your beast start to gnaw at the back of your mind.
Yeah.
It's not quite risking frenzy unless you come across blood at this point.
Sullivan, we need to get out of here because this is bad news.
Why don't we take a little bit longer of a trip and head to the suburbs where it might not be as bad to feed? Saturday night, plenty of shit going down in the suburbs. You should be able to find food easily.
All right. Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, we'll drive out of the city, right?
Okay.
We'll go out towards like Evanston, that general area.
So you head straight back north again.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys will have that direction. You're looking for your usual types of places like clubs and bars and stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably.
Feel free to go ahead and roll your hunting dice per normal. Difficulty is only a 3. Okay. You easily, within that first hour of being out there, you guys are cruising different bars. You're away from the pressures of the city. A lot of the increased police presence, those people who have been watching individuals in the clubs that you guys have noticed before. And it's almost like a relief to get out to a spot where you can actually hunt without issue. And you manage to find somebody. You find this DJ or wannabe DJ who's just off their set at one of the bars you go to. They're having a drink at the bar. You go up and chat her up. You manage to convince them to go out back with you for a second for a cigarette to bum a smoke off of them. And once she's back there with you, you're isolated. You have a great spot in the alleyway, and you go to bite, and the blood hits your mouth and starts just rushing into your body. How much are you taking?
2 is safe, right? Before there's a problem, or 3 would be they're unconscious, right?
The maximum drink that you get from a human without making them like start to pass out and be in threat of health is 2. Once you go to like 3 hunger, you're now getting to the point where they're going to pass out. You may want to call somebody to see to them because they've lost a lot of blood.
I'll go 2. I'll play it safe.
Okay. So you reduce your hunger down to 2. You manage to get her where she's a bit woozy, but she's still on her feet as you guys kind of made out in the back. You see her kind of like think that she references like, oh, I might think I drank a little more than I thought I did. I'm sorry. And she's leaning on you. You manage to make sure the wound's closed up before you go back inside. You do get some nice sanguine resonance from that kind of flows through your body. It's a bit energetic as you feed. Is Sullivan feeding as well?
Nope.
Oh, okay. So Preston, you knock your hunger down to 2. Do you guys want to continue to feed? Hunt. It's been you spent about 45 minutes to an hour in Evanston. You spent about an hour to get up to Evanston, and you spent probably about 45 minutes driving around. Well, an hour at least going down and then back and everything else that went down. So it's probably at this point in time, I'd say around midnight.
You still hungry or want to head back?
It's a little bit, but I'm okay enough. It's late, so we should probably head back.
All right. Yeah, we'll start. Who do we want to go check on? Maybe pass, see what's going on, like with Sierra. We can't go in because we don't want to break anything, the ruse, but we can see for vehicles. She's doubled security. If there's any crazy black vans there to maybe warn her.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, that's sort of not a bad idea. If there's black vans around the Hyatt, if we check on places where we know people that we're associated with hang out, like the hotel where she's at, and
right.
the other place like the Cobra Lounge and like places like known vampire haunts, we can check in that way instead of having to make phone calls and see what's going on.
Fair enough.
I like that
For
idea.
me.
I want to do that tonight.
What do you guys want to have first?
Probably Sierra's place.
Yeah, let's go to Sierra's place first, the hotel.
So you guys drive downtown and go towards the Diamond Yama. Are you going to the second story and the parking garage per usual, or what do you guys? How do you guys want to scope it out?
Well, I can just head up there since I can go unseen, and you can just kind of keep an eye out from whatever parking garage I park in to check out traffic going by. Because if there is an abundance of police or those weird vans or black SUVs with tinted windows, you can at least see, what's casing around the area for her while I go and actually check up in that parking garage.
Yeah.
Up into her suite, but
Yeah, that's a good idea. Probably best if we're not seen. So
Right.
yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So you guys find a parking spot where Sullivan can kind of sneak out unseen, go to the Diamond Yama, and where Preston can kind of sit and kind of take an eye, like a look at the environments, right? Get a good scan of the streets, etc. From Preston, when you immediately get out of the car and start looking around, you like kind of take a casual walk down the street. Nothing seems completely out of the ordinary. Yes, there's a little more police presence, like as in you see a squad car go by more often than you would normally expect in the city, but it's nothing like horribly out of the ordinary, right? It's nothing to cause alarm at this point. Sullivan gets across the street, goes up the ramp, sneaks his way up to the second level of the parking garage, and you see this not massive, you see a black stretch limo parked out by the elevator that goes up to the private suites for Sierra. As you get there, you'll see the elevator doors open and Sierra's walking with Prince Jackson. And she's also got Alexa on the other side and Damien's in tow. They're walking out to this limousine and they're just casually talking. You will see, though, that Alexa seems to be on edge, like she knows something's around that she can't quite pinpoint yet. You're familiar with this because you have auspex. You have sense unseen, if I'm not mistaken.
I do not. Actually,
Oh, you don't.
But I know
Sorry.
they do.
Yeah,
I do.
you've seen them before. Your nest, broodmates, essentially, when they've got that weird, like the hair in the back of their neck stands up, that something's in the area. She's got that look, like she's looking around. She hasn't quite swept her eyes towards you yet, but you can tell she's looking for somebody.
Vacate.
What's that?
I'll vacate. I'll leave.
Okay.
The goal was check and see just to make sure she was okay. She's with Prince Jackson, Alexis, and Damien, which are arguably 4 players in the game. So
Right.
not so much Damien anymore, and kind of Alexis, but still, that's something of note. So I'll leave.
As you start backing out, you hear reference that they're going to the Caribbean Reef, and the doors close on a limousine. But
Sounds good.
you make it back out. You see the limo kind of pass you by as you're kind of creeping along the edge there of the ramp, making your way down. They pull out, and you'll see as they pull out, a car from on the street goes to follow them. And in that car, you see Mitchell. Mitchell's driving.
Okay.
But make me a wits and... Oh, geez, what would be a good
So you
one
have
here?
some weird suit in the car with him, forcing to follow his odometer?
No. Make a wits and awareness roll.
1, sir.
One's enough. And you only need to roll because he's moving in the vehicle. You don't really get a good, solid moment to study him. He's not breathing.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, he's definitely not breathing. And as he drives by, you notice that. But you'll make it back to the car. Preston, nothing seems unusual. You will see this black limo pull out of the Diamond Yama, and an SUV follow them as they hit the road. But then Saul will make it back.
Up.
No worse for the
Yeah,
wear.
I'll pop open the door and be like, all right, we can head out. And I'll
All right.
creep in. Once he gets in the car and closes it, I'll just be like, all right, so that black limo that pulled out is Jack's limo. He's got him, Sierra, Damien, and Alexis. Or Alexa. What was her name? Alexis?
Alexa.
Alexis.
Thanks.
Something.
That was Alexa.
I think it is Alexa. But
Alexa.
And they're heading to the Caribbean Reef.
This is where
It's
you
a
guys
bar,
met
right?
with Jackson.
That's where
No,
we met Jackson.
that's you guys where you met Jackson. Is that the Shed Aquarium?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
the
when he-
shed. That's right.
Yeah, that's when he told us we needed to get
Tested.
Also,
tested, screened. Whatever.
there was a car that pulled out behind them off the street, like they were waiting for them. That was Mitchell in that car. Mitchell's not breathing. She got right of progeny, I bet.
Well, you know that she did.
I think she already had
Or
it.
she used her right of progeny.
Oh, good for Mitchell. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
Right. Although he'll still be her bitch for a while because, you know, he's got a lot of shit to. Where do you want to go?
And for a while, like forever.
Hmm.
You know,
We could technically go to the shed. It's an Elysium. Although they can just tell us to leave, but who knows? Or we can go and see if we can find Jason.
that's what I was about to say. Maybe we should check on Jason. Although, if they're going to the Caribbean Reef, something's going down there, because if they were going to chat, they would just chat there. If they're going to the Caribbean Reef, they're going to meet other people.
They're probably going to meet the rest of the hierarchy. They would have to do it overtly, right? They're not going to let everybody know.
Yeah. Well, there's one way to find out if it's the hierarchy.
Yeah, we go.
I'll call Jason.
Oh, two.
You call Jason. It rings once, and he picks up. It's like, oh, hey, what's going on?
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Things are going crazy.
Yeah. That's why I'm calling. I want to make sure you're all cool.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just staring at some fish right now.
So you're okay. So you're at the aquarium then.
Yeah. There are a bunch of people showing up apparently.
Yeah. Well, we were thinking of coming by. Do you think it's a bad idea for us to come by, or a good idea for us?
You can come by if you want to. I mean, it's not like a private party, really. I mean, anybody in the club's invited, but it is kind of like a meeting of the minds, so to speak. There's some shit going down that, yeah, there's just some stuff going down. Let's put it that way, and it's going to be an interesting night.
Okay. Yeah, because we're worried and we'd like to know what's going on. We have a vested interest in the club, so we'll come down and we'll hang out with you.
Sure, I'll give you the skinny once you get here.
Nice. All right, we'll see you soon.
Cool. You'll hang out.
Okay, so Jason's already there. He says there's a meeting of the minds going on. There's some big shit going down. I think we should go because we can get a good idea what's going on.
You're the Toreador. I'll pull out. I'll start driving towards the shed.
Sounds like a party.
You will drive towards a shed, and once you kind of start pulling down that drive and start seeing the shed appear in the distance, there are just loads of cars parked along the way here. And you recognize a lot of cars from Elysium. It's probably a full house, really.
Cool.
You'll find a spot that's probably about a half a block's walk away. As you kind of pull up and around, there's nothing open nearby. Excuse me, wow. Nothing open nearby, so you have to park a little further away. But you manage to park without issue, and you try to make your way there. What you will note, though, is a couple of the different ghouls or security you've seen around the different Elysia are walking along this stretch, too. Like, they're wearing casual clothes or not in their usual suits and, like, earpiece stuff. They're obvious.
Patrolling. They're keeping an eye out.
Right. And as you walk by, they'll give you a very subtle, like, nod. Like, you're in the clear to be here. Nobody's going to stop you. They just kind of acknowledge your presence and keep on going. They don't even bother, addressing you directly.
Sure. Okay, good. That's a good sign. So yeah, we'll proceed, park, and start heading in.
All right. You guys head up the stairs to the shed, and the side entrance where you guys went to before to meet everybody is open. You step on in. You'll see on the inside is where a couple of the usual ghouls are at. They kind of nod at you. They recognize you. They let you guys go in. And as you hit the main floor and your feet are kind of touching down on that stone floor, you will see Jason who's off in the corner talking with looks like one of the gangrel. At first looks like it's Rosa. When she turns around, like, you don't recognize her. It's got to be somebody new. But you can definitely get that sense off her. It's definitely stereotypical, almost gangrel. Like, she's trying hard to look like the stereotype. She's got dirty blue jeans on, like an old army like jacket on, even though the weather's terrible. There's like some leaves in her hair. She looks completely wild, is what it is. You walk towards Sun. This one's walking away. She brushes right past you, doesn't even give you a look in the eye, just goes straight towards the door. You walk towards Jason, and he just does this big arms, like his arms go wide. He's like, gentlemen. Everybody's already further in, but I thought I'd wait out here in the main area to kind of catch your attention first.
appreciate you waiting up. So what's going on?
Yeah, let's go a little further like this way. And he'll actually take you towards the membership desk where people check in and like pay their fees to get into the aquarium. Once you're over there, it's a little less severe on the echoes. So nothing's going down the halls. But he kind of pulls you guys in close, where you're like maybe 2 or 3 feet apart. He's like, all right, so word is Sierra is grabbing like Yesenia and Alexa and even Damien, and they're going to do a dive under the Hyatt like soon. Like, don't go there, by the way, if you can help it. Like, there's like first light all over the place. Second position has lit that place up, but they need to go down to make sure there's anything they need to handle. So she's gathering like ghouls. She's trying to pull like, it's almost like eminent domain. Like, hey, you remember the city, give us your ghouls for this assistance. Otherwise, face the consequences of Prince Jackson. Jackson seems to be going with it. He approves it. He's trying to like find a way to get morals away. But I don't think it's gonna be that big of an issue because some serious shit just went down on the west side of the city. I don't know if you guys listen to police scanners. I do, like all the time. I have a thing on my phone where I listen to it. Apparently something in this like standard neighborhood where Joe Schmo and like, John Q and lives, some gunshots went off, cops responded, and now they're down 2 squads. Like bad shit's going down. Yeah, they hit the house hard, and something inside the house just started killing cops. I don't know what it was, but it's not looking good. So it's probably going to grab a lot of attention for the night right now.
Yeah,
nobody's going to check it out yet?
No, because there's a lot of cops there. So we're going to keep our distance. Yeah. We're trying to pull strings from a distance. You know what I mean?
How do they plan on getting into the Hyatt with first light crawling all over it?
Nosferatu help, I guess. But there's a problem with that. So
the Nosferatu are dicks?
Well, Khalid's pissed off the Tremere. He wants something done with the Tremere because apparently one of his clan members, Winka, homeless guy, like a vet. He hangs out in Lower Wacker, Wineka, something like that.
Wineka, yeah.
Yeah, he's gone missing underground, and so the Nos are blaming the Tremere because that territory thing that was going on, and so Khalid is saying that Tremere need to pay the Nosferatu favors for potentially, starting this issue with, remember all the inspections and shit in the tunnels? There's that, and now they think that Tremere have Wineka for whatever Horus experience. I heard talk about creatures of stone. I don't know what the hell they're talking about, but they're thinking they stole Wineka to do blood magic crap on. Yeah, so that's a big argument. But if everything goes according to plan and the Tremere have to pay for shit, then the Nosferatu are going to take everybody through the lower levels, the Undercity, essentially, and kind of take them over. So they bypass everybody on the surface level entirely.
Man, all right.
Yeah, but people are getting kind of tense about this shit.
Yeah, so, there's a lot of shit going on.
What's your play?
Watching everything unfold. I don't really have anything to get out of this. Like, you guys heard about House Marmalade, right?
Who?
So that was Marmalade was one of the big members of like the Blood Disco and all that shit. On the northern, like I think around River North, something like that, had his own fucking like, pub and club for like Thin Bloods and shit. Not quite as popular as Red Number 5, but same thing. That got raided and shut down. Like raided, as in every sense of the word, got raided by the feds.
Wow. Did he make it out?
No, not that I know of.
Damn. How many caitiff were staying there? Because there were a bunch at Red Number 5.
No idea.
They haven't been heard from.
No idea.
Wow. Not that Jackson would probably give a shit, or anybody really. They're a bunch of caitiff. Yeah, but that's still an influential vacuum when they go.
Oh, it's a problem for sure. Like the buffer's gone at that point,
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like we can always just sacrifice a caitiff for the flames. No offense. And keep all the real vampires. Their words, not mine. Safe.
Hey, I get it. I know the lie, right?
Yeah, and it's just a really rough situation.
Yeah, that sucks. Good thing I didn't stay there, huh?
Yeah, you got these 2 Toreador upstanding citizens to kind of like, hang out with you, which is great help.
Yeah, definitely. And it doesn't, look bad that I'll kind of give him a little punch on the shoulder. Primogen, buddy.
Don't touch me. But yes, no, you're right. Just Don't touch me. But no, that's true. And that's what's going on. Like, it's crazy shit. Oh, by the way, did you see that Mr. Soldier Boy that Sierra embraced, apparently?
You know, I heard a rumor that had happened. That happened, huh?
This guy was already a dick. Now he's a somber dick. Like, that's like 10 times worse.
Yeah, it's like magnified the dickness.
It has.
But he should be less of a dick considering you're back with his sire.
So, in my experience, new childhood tend to be really, like, possessive of their sires. You know, the whole thing.
Yeah.
So we may come to blows, he and I. He may take a nap for a while. But we'll see. I mean, Sierra
Some lessons need to be learned while
she'll
sleeping. Just saying.
I'm helping her discipline her child, essentially, is what it is. You know, to know his place.
Right.
And what
It's a
Lasara
community
doesn't like
thing.
that. Right. You know, it takes a sect to raise a childer. You know, it's really how I feel about it. And sometimes, you know, you get good ones. Sometimes they just break. You know, Mitchell probably won't break. He may just have to take a dirt nap for a while. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Sierra, she'll come around to my way of thinking eventually.
Well, you know, and in the grand scheme of things, you know, theoretically we have forever. So a little dirt nap, really, in the grand scheme of things, not that big of a deal.
Yeah,
True.
probably not. Right?
Yeah.
Probably not. But that's the current events. What's up? So we should probably, and he'll just kind of gesture like a thumb towards the main
Okay.
walkway that goes
Yeah,
to the,
definitely.
Let's head in and see what happens.
Sure. He'll walk into the main portion of the shed with you guys, and you'll hear conversations as you walk down the hall and make into the displays and the Caribbean Reef right there in the middle. There's conversations in all corners. You're looking around, you're seeing Shamir here and there. You'll see Tracy Graves, Sean Che. You'll see like Dusable's in the corner talking to Sierra. And he just kind of, Dusable, you guys walk in, looks directly at you, and then looks back to Sierra and starts continuing that conversation. Jackson is off talking with Alan Sovereign, the Seneschal. Ballard isn't really anywhere to be seen currently. You will see Annabelle is having a chat with Portia. They're talking. Baby Core's off to one side, but one thing that you will definitely notice that kind of freezes the rest of the room in terms of like just the weird icy feel that's coming off the conversation is the one between Critias and Damien. That's off to one side. It doesn't seem to be going very well. Critias's tone, although you can't quite make out his words, is very clearly disapproving of what's about to occur or whatever plans Damien's trying to talk to him about. And it's definitely
Probably
this
doesn't
really,
want Damien anywhere near it.
more than
I
likely
wouldn't
not.
want my child near it.
Yeah, more than likely not. But it's definitely causing like everybody to kind of give them distance and stay away from that part of the reef.
And as it stands, if I remember correctly, Critias isn't backing Jackson right now anyways because of the state of Chicago, right?
Well, Christ didn't pull his backing publicly. He just pulled his support for Damien being sheriff. He's like, he's not your sheriff anymore.
Oh, that's fair.
He didn't really publicly say Jackson no longer has my support, but there definitely are undertones of that.
And that's from actually a few, not just him, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, people are questioning what's going on with Jackson because the city's kind of, there's a Hunter issue, there's a Sabat issue still going on, there's the Anarch issue, like what the fuck? And now the Caitiff are all dead, supposedly. That's the rumor going around. So who knows?
Right.
Like Jackson, in the eyes of the city, may have shit the bed.
Also, I was thinking, I'm interested to see how many people Jackson's going to tell about what's going on under the Hyatt, because that would expose a Baali nest under the fucking Hyatt. And like you said earlier, the less people that know about that, the better. So is he planning on sacrificing these people after they take care of that, either with first light or killing them? Because any word that gets out of down there could really fuck him bad.
Yes, it could.
So this could be a bad situation for anybody going down, including Sierra, which is why I think we need to talk to Sierra.
Fair enough. Yeah, she's talking with Dusable. And you'll see the conversation last for a couple minutes. And at this time, Jackson's like, not Jackson, Jesus, yeah. Jackson's just hanging out with you guys, just chilling, shooting the shit.
Right. What's up, dog?
Jason's like, all right, so I'm going to go and see what's going on with the hierarchy. I'm going to talk to Annabelle because she hates me. And I love being around people that hate me because it makes them uneasy. You'll be fine. If you need to yell for help, just yell for help. I'll hear it and I'll come.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Appreciate it. Yeah,
Depends on how
absolutely.
entertaining it is. But
Yeah, we're gonna do our thing.
yeah, I'm going to go talk to her and you guys have fun. And he'll kind of saunter off. He'll make his way towards Annabelle. You see, once he gets toward his step gets a little more swagger to. He's like, hey, Annabelle, darling, how's it been? We should probably talk. Oh, hi, Portia. Important people only. You should probably go away. And Portia just stares at him adjusts her sunglasses, and walks away.
I won't even look at her. I'm gonna just kind of lean over. And be
I
like,
will look at Portia and see where she goes.
She kind of steps off towards the reef in general, and you can see like the way that the centerpiece, that circular tank in the middle of this room. You'll see on the right-hand side, that's where Jackson's having this talk with Alan. She walks past the two of them and goes and stands and watches the massive turtle in the tank just kind of swim around. But you can see in the reflection of the glass, she's watching the two of you.
I'll kind of lean over and be like, so we need to figure out how to talk to Sierra real quick. I have a feeling bad things are going to happen, and I want to give her a heads up on something I was thinking about.
Well, we have to be discreet and maybe not do it here because remember, we're supposed to be dicks.
Right. Shoot her if you can. Shoot her a text because there's no way it's still going to be under our names. And tell her to come and talk to and or berate us.
I will remind you very kindly that the only number you have for her is Mitchell.
Is Mitchell's. Fuck.
Yeah, I'm not
That's
texting
right.
that motherfucker now.
No, definitely fucking not. Yeah, we need to figure out how to get her over here subtly.
I'm gonna go check out the turtle.
Okay. You head on up and you see that
I'm not, because I will treat Portia like I treat Narissa. If I don't see her, she's just not here right now. So I will never look in her direction.
I'll just
That
kind
bitch
of be
fed
like,
on me.
just be like,
And I lost time.
like listening to Sullivan, looking over kind of where Portia is, knowing that she's watching us, and I'll be like, yeah, you figure that out, and I'll go over to where the turtle is.
you make your way up there and you see she's standing there still with her back towards you as you approach, and she's wearing like this very worn in black leather jacket, because you can see like the it's kind of showing gray at the seams, like it's really old, probably 10 or so years. It's got a lot of wear on it. She's wearing a pair of blue jeans, stylishly cut, some black boots, and what looks like to be like driver's gloves on her hands. As you step up and look at the turtle, she pitches her voice as she speaks to address you very quietly, as if it's not really going to carry much beyond conversational distance. And she says, "Why did you go to that house and do what you did? I gave you the address to kill them."
We did.
Yes. And now her children in the first floor are killing all the police that show up.
Well, we didn't know about the first floor.
Right. Well, perhaps my expectations of the three of you were too much.
Well, after the two, it got kind of hot. We had to get out of there.
You have a penchant for blowing up buildings. That's what I assumed you had done in this case.
My friend decided to feed from them and started having visions and hearing voices. It became unsafe.
Right. Well, I'll keep that in mind for the next time I leave instructions.
I was trying to have a conversation with him. It didn't work out so well.
Preston will notice as she's kind of like casually watching the turtle float through the tank and swim around, kind of keeping its distance from all the vampires, so it's kind of staying towards the back of the tank. As you see your reflection and Portia's, you realize your lips aren't moving at all.
A little fucked up. I'm gonna try and play it off like that's not freaky.
You'll see like the corner of her lip just kind of twist up just a little bit, like she's amused by that thought.
Yeah, because now she's fucking into my head. I'll just say things are coming to a head.
That they are. But I need you to beat the grass a bit more.
I need her gone.
Who?
Narissa.
Where's the fun in that?
It gets less fun the longer she's around. There's something in Lake Michigan.
You don't say. You know, don't think for a moment I don't know exactly what you and your coterie mates are. I do. And as much as your Mala pulled strings with the Tremere to make sure that your examinations never occurred and show up to be squeaky clean for you, I own this city. I own Annabelle. She whispers one word about you being what you are in the prince's ear, and you're dead. There's nowhere to hide in this city. And I don't want to bring that up to threaten you. I just want to make you aware of your situation. Because I like you, Preston. I like your friends. You have entertained me for the past couple of months with everything you woke up in this city. But make no mistake, you go against my wishes and you will not see another night. And I'll never have to raise a finger.
I don't know who you really are. I'd love to know. And I appreciate what you're saying. And I'm on your side.
Well, you don't have a choice. Of course you're on my side.
But it's better that I'm choosing to be. I know you know what we are.
With
We're
a-
on the right side of this.
When somebody like me is involved, choice isn't really something that you have. I allow you to feel like you have a choice because it amuses me. You're going to dance to my tune no matter what you say or think. Because really, you're a whisper on the wind that dies in a flash compared to my life. Now that you understand how I see you and how your existence is determined by whether or not you are useful to me, I will say this. I do like you. You have made the last blink entertaining, if nothing else. But you've done me good favors. You've also screwed things up. You did as I asked with the Malkavian Primogen. He resolved that issue without incident. You managed to get a bit of sway within the court with some gentle prodding from me. If you notice, nobody's asking a lot of questions about how you found out the information you found out. These neonates and Ancilla coming in just to Toreador knowing suddenly how all these people are to be found and where they are, and nobody whispering once that it could possibly be that you're blood magicians and you're using rituals to track people. You're welcome. But I can't say I want this individual dead.
Fair enough. I need what she seeks to wake up to stay asleep.
That I have no problem with, and I think we're on the same page with that, which is why we're having this conversation. And I'm not just drinking you to get all the information I need. I'm doing you the courtesy of talking to you while I tear through your mind.
I really appreciate that. And while we're at it, I appreciate you saving my life, which I assume that you're old enough to be of the mentality that you're well aware that means that I owe you my life, whether it's official in this little court or not.
Yes. Thank you for the gesture.
I know it's meaningless, but I'm really trying to be honorable here.
And I appreciate that you acknowledge that. It means I don't have to explain it again, is what it means. So I appreciate the gesture. Now, what I need you to do is keep doing what you and your little evil, quote-unquote, friends are doing, maintaining this blockade mystically around the city. Your Mala, this Quincy, is doing an admirable job of getting people organized. I appreciate that. It's keeping her from calling for backup. Now, this affair that they're doing tonight is going to end in tragedy. What I need you to do is have Jason support it. Rosa as well. Don't call in your boon for Rosa, not all of them. Call in one. The others I have use for later.
Of course.
Good. I think we're finished speaking then.
Beautiful creatures, aren't they? And I'll walk away.
So, for Preston, you go to turn and walk away, and as you do so, you kind of look back and see that she's nowhere around the reef where you had seen her. For Sullivan, he's been there for an hour, staring at the turtle. Like, you're like, dude, what the hell? You've walked by, and he's just unmovable. Like, you nudge him, he's just completely engrossed. Portia has long since walked away. And most of the hierarchy have already left into the private rooms of the aquarium. You still see, like, Rosa's out here talking with Jason, talking with Dusable. Sierra's kind of, like, milling about to one side, watching the two of you, like, in turn. But everybody else has gone inside. Preston turns and walks away. You see Preston kind of suddenly turn and move backwards, like he's walking back, and he seems to be aware of things now. All right, so Preston had a nice little chat with a certain somebody, a little benefactor that's not so much in the shadows. They've known about her for a bit, but it didn't quite go probably the way I think he planned on going. Now let's see how he deals with her requests and what she wants done, and if he's going to rebel or follow the Methuselah's plans. We'll catch you all next episode.